Coming to you live from deep in the heart of Texas, it's Midweek Marketing with your host, Timothy Black. Each week, Tim will be diving into what it takes to market successfully online, SEO, design, affiliate marketing, and more. And now, here's your host, Timothy Black.
Hello and welcome to Midweek Marketing. This is episode 8. And this episode we'll be talking about kind of the online sales cycle. I'm going to kind of explain and give you an overview of how that looks, an ideal one. And this is not something I came up with. I have learned from people smarter than me, but I'm going to break down kind of that process and how it looks. But first, if you've not done so, please subscribe to us on iTunes or Stitcher or SoundCloud or whatever your favorite podcastery place is, and download and like and review and all that good stuff. And check us out on Facebook, which is facebook.com/midweek marketing. So this episode, we'll be talking about kind of how the whole process of online selling looks. And this applies to everything, whether you're doing your own product you're trying to sell, or if you're putting these funnels in place, this kind of this method in place for clients. It works for anybody. It works for, lawyers, plumbers, shoe shops. It works for anybody. So apply all this to what you've learned about the ways to make money online. And it works for affiliate too. If you're selling other people's stuff, well, then it works the same way. You just offer other people's things in this cycle that I'm going to talk about. So I want you to I'm going to try to draw this out to have a graphic of this on the site and the resources. So check that out too for episode 8. But Here's how it looks. You are going to, first of all, somehow get traffic. How do you do that? Well, traffic is easier than it's ever been. There are free methods, but man, it's easy just to pay for it. There is so much traffic out there. It's not even a problem like it was 5 or 7 years ago. Traffic was difficult and expensive. Now it's like, well, if you want to, your perfect one to start with a lot of times is Facebook, because Facebook has so much information on people they've given voluntarily that you can literally drill down to, I want to talk to, like my product appeals to men 35 to 45 that like Ford trucks, that live in rural areas, that also hunt, or whatever it is. I mean, you can drill down so far. If you're donut shop, you can just have ads shown to people within 3 miles of your store between the hours of whatever it is, 6 a.m. and 10 a.m., whenever your donuts are being made. It works so well. So Facebook will provide it. You just turn the spigot on and Facebook will flood you depending on what your budget is. So traffic sources, Facebook, I just kind of went over that. That's number 1. That's a good way. Number 2, Twitter ads. Not my favorite. Expensive. Whatever. Twitter ads. That's a certain way to do it too. Pinterest is kind of taken off. It's kind of the Wild West over Pinterest as I record this. Pinterest is a great way. High female, but males are getting more into it, but a high female audience, huge female audience. Visual. Instagram, which is now part of Facebook. So you can just click a button and have your ads showing on Instagram via your Facebook panel, which is kind of cool. LinkedIn advertising, awesome. If you're doing kind of business to business, more professional, it's pricey, but a lot of times you're kind of doing pricier services on there. YouTube ads, these are a function of Google. Obviously Google owns YouTube, but it's still kind of cheap clicks over there, just a couple cent clicks. So YouTube is a cool way to, if somebody's doing, if they're doing tutorials on how to shoot baskets or whatever, you can have like a basketball ad for your course or tutorial or ebook or whatever, pretty easily kind of overlaying on your target audience. Real drilled down to kind of like Facebook and cheap. Email marketing, awesome. This is kind of obviously traffic that knows who you are already, but email marketing is great. SEO, which we've gone over, expensive, difficult, but a good way to get people into the door and your funnel, so to speak. Blogging, just naturally going out and talking about whatever it is that suits you. And a lot of times you'll build an audience that way. I mean, blogging is great if you are good at writing and consistent. That's even more important. Social media, obviously, there's all kinds of social media channels. I've gone over a few, obviously Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, but there's a million of them that you can just get on there and do it for free if you don't feel like paying for ads. More time consuming, but they're free. Millions of them out there, Tumblr, Busker. I mean, there's a new one every week, Periscope, yada, yada. And then AdWords. That's kind of what we talked about already that's pay-per-click. That's Google. That's paying to get on the front page of Google. So SEO is the organic way. You want to be in the top 10 organic. AdWords, PPC is the way to kind of cheat and get your ad up top. What I talked about last episode, the person who wanted to be on top had to pay $18 a click for that particular service. So what do? You push them to, ideally you don't push them straight to your site. You push them to kind of what we still call it squeeze pages, lead pages, etc. It's kind of a place where you have an offer with what we call a lead magnet. And what is a lead magnet? Well, a lead magnet is a bit of valuable information. So it's kind of hard to get people to give you their email address. Now, if you go, hey, give me your email address, and because I'm cool. A lot of times you need to kind of bait it. So that's what the lead magnet is. It could be anything from, let's say, I don't know, if you're a lawyer, you could put together the 4 things you need to know before hiring a lawyer. That's something you could do. Or you could do like a 2-minute video. It's got to be something kind of small, consumable, digestible. It can't be a 25-page report. It can't be a big giant white paper. It can't be a 15-minute thing. It has to be just kind of a small bit of good information. And give away really good information too. There's nothing wrong with that. Just give away something of value and people go, oh man, this isn't BS. This is really good information. Something they may not know. Okay, and then once they sign up for that lead magnet, you take them straight to an offer, what we call a tripwire. A tripwire is like a splinter of your regular service that you offer for cheap. And why do we do that? Well, somebody comes into your funnel, they sign up, they get the lead magnet, give them an offer right away. Try to establish a sale right away. Why do we do that? Only 10% of people might do it, but even if it's $1 that they spend with you, it changes the whole relationship because now they're a customer. And then also the second benefit of that is somebody who buys, they get put on a different segment in your email list from somebody who doesn't buy. And we'll get to that in a second, why we do that. So traffic source, lead magnet to Tripwire. Let me give you some examples of Tripwires. Like I said, it's like a splintering of something you already do. It could be like if you're an auto mechanic, etc. Maybe you do like a $10 oil change. And a lot of times these are loss leaders. Keep that in mind. It's a break even or loss leader. Let's say you paint houses. Say your tripwire could be, we'll come paint a room in your house for $15. This is a cool one I learned from another mentor of mine about lawyers. Every lawyer on the earth says the exact same thing. Go look at any lawyer site. They all look the exact same. It's a picture of a gavel and lawyers standing back to back and a picture of the Supreme Court or whatever. And they all say, call for a free consultation. They all say the exact same thing. And they can't even tell you why they say that. It's just because what everybody does. So what this guy does, a lawyer, mentor of mine works with, he straight up has a really good lead magnet. Like, here's what you need to know before you hire a family planning attorney or, wills and estates and all that stuff. Here's the things you need to know. Great. Really good, informative 2-minute video. Straight to the tripwire. And he says in another video, come in and talk to us or talk to me. I'll give you 30 minutes of my time for $20. Normally, I charge $400 an hour because I'm a lawyer, but I don't give away my time. And here's why. My time is valuable. And number 2 is when you pay me, then our relationship changes. Everybody else that does free consultations are going to spend the whole 30 minutes trying to sell you on the why you should hire them. That's what those are. It's a pitch. He goes, if you give me $20 for a half hour of my time, I am legally obligated to give you legal advice. And whether you hire me or not, that's cool. But what he does is he shuts down or he closes, sells to about 80% of people in there. And then also he kind of weeds out the people that are broke and can't afford them. It's pretty genius. So after that, let's say let's go back to the auto mechanic. Somebody comes in for a $10 oil change. Well, of course you're going to look over the car and go, hey, you know what? It's time to change your spark plugs, rotate your tires, your gasket's kind of funky. You're going to offer like one of your main services right away. Or the house painting guy. They come to your house. You go to their house, if you're a house painter. You paint that room. You do a kick-ass job on that room for $15. And you blow their minds, right? I mean, you actually are coming out there and painting a room in their house for $15, which usually costs like $200 or $300. And you go, hey, you know what? While we're out here, we can paint the rest of these rooms for this discounted price. And it's only good for right now because I'm here and I'm set up. Man, you'll make sales all day long. People will get their tires rotated all day long. If you're a lawyer, a lot of people are going to hire you or give you a retainer right there. Some people are going to say, nope, just the one room, thanks. It's like 5% of people. Some people are jerks. What can you say? But you can't let that 5% grind on you, because the 95% that you did a great service for are going to hire you. I mean, yeah, it's a $10 oil change, but somebody's going to say, well, okay, we need to rotate the hires. You're right. You're the expert. So that's the main sale. That's your core product. And this is what people, that's all they ever think about. They never think about lead magnets. They never think about tripwires. All they think about is the offer, the core. But after the core, this is the other thing. This is where the real money is made. We call it a profit maximizer. This is the back end. This is the whole thing. Okay. This is the second sale to somebody who already knows who you are. This is kind of like the follow-up, what I talk about with the emails. Getting the second sale. Good examples of this are they go all over the place. Let's say you are the auto mechanic. Well, you could offer like a monthly club for $30 where they can come in and get their tires rotated and oil changed as part of the deal, or they get a discount. They're part of the club now. Or the classic is Best Buy selling their ridiculous warranties. We just bought a computer that we made $1 on, but hey, we have a $200 warranty. Well, nobody ever uses that, but that's where they make all their money. Only suckers buy that. If you're the house painter or an electrician or whatever, you could have a $99 a year guarantee. Like if anything goes wrong, I'll come out and, if the walls get chipped up or, there's spills, I'll come and paint it for free. So it's kind of like that warranty mentality, and you make a lot of money on that. Nobody ever thinks about that second or back end sale, but these are classic ways to make a lot more money. And then you create a return path. So how does it work? Let's go back to the tripwire. Somebody opts in, they get the lead magnet, they buy, they go into a buyer's list. They don't buy, they go into a non-buyer's list where they keep seeing offers for the tripwire until they buy the tripwire. And then they see the core product. Well, they either buy or they don't. And you can segment those people, and then they see the core product offer over and over until they buy. And when they buy, then they start seeing the profit maximizer offer. Does that make sense? So you're kind of splitting these people into groups and talking to them in different ways. And this is how we profit and maximize everything online. So they opt in and they buy, they opt in, they don't buy. They don't buy, they see the follow-up series that talks about the core. They do buy, then they see the profit maximizer of the core. If they don't buy, then you see what I'm saying? It goes back and forth. And you talk to them in different ways. So that's when we have the whole follow-up series and return paths. That's when we email market different things to different audiences. We send them to our blog to keep educating them until they are ready to buy. We retarget them with those retargeting ads. We talk to them on social media. Hey, subscribe to us on Facebook. You kind of keep in their mind. It's pretty awesome. That is kind of the overview of how the online sales cycle works, and it applies to online and offline. But this is what we talk about when we do consulting for people. This is the kind of thing we set up for them. I mean, how does the online, it's all marketing, right? But this is how you digitally market for people that like they've got a nail salon or a donut shop. It still applies. Talk to them on social media, get their emails, talk to them more, give them offers, retarget them, and stay top of mind. Works brilliantly, and this is a really good service you can offer. You can sell funnels like this or set up their marketing like this. Email is a good foot in the door, but you kind of explain these things to people, show them this chart, and they'll kind of get their mind around it and hire you. And they'll see how much work it is and how hard it is, and they'll be like, I'll just hire you to do it. It's kind of a cool thing. All right, that is it for episode 8. As always, if you get value from this and know somebody else who might get value as well, please share it with them. And go check us out on all our social media and midweekmarketing.com, etc. And shoot me an email if you want me to cover anything or if you have questions. And that's about it. I'll be talking to you soon. This is Timothy Black. Thanks.
Thanks for tuning in to Midweek Marketing. Come back every Tuesday and Thursday for new episodes. And be sure to subscribe at iTunes and sign up at midweekmarketing.com to get exclusive content and tips. And check us out at facebook.com/midweekmarketing.